introduce Tina Clark from Laurentide Financial Services. Tina is a leading expert in motor vehicle, plant and equipment finance at one of Australia's most respected firms, Laurentide. She specialises in identifying, implementing and delivering tailor-made financial solutions for her clients, solutions that truly work for them. For more than 15 years, Tina has helped thousands of small business owners secure the funding they need to grow and invest in their businesses. She has a unique ability to translate bank speak into clear, simple language, making the finance process easy, quick, and even enjoyable for the people she works with. Outside of her professional achievements, Tina is an adventurer at heart. She balances the demands of her career by exploring her local surroundings on foot, and she has completed 3 Caminos. She has also particularly loved traveling through Africa. These global experiences have honed her communication and problem-solving skills and have strengthened her passion for helping others, especially through the communities she's part of. Please join me in welcoming Tina Clark.
Yeah, I do. I have done 3 Caminos, by the way. There's lots of pubs along the way, so you get to drink. So that's me, Tina. So this is basically, I don't go on holidays, I have adventures basically. So the top one up there, me laying in front of the cathedral, I just walked 800 k's. I was a bit tired and stuff, so I've done that one, and this is a friend I met over here. This is actually a funny story. The way I put this up there is, I've been in the desert, which up there with the camels, for 10 days with the Samburu people. So I got to a school in Kenya, I sat down and these ladies were coming to have their eyes tested, so the optometrist was in town. So for some reason, I just started going, eh. They'd talk and I go, eh. That's what the Samburu do, eh, eh. They just started cacking themselves off. And so I'd say something to them and they'd go, eh, eh. And between the 3 of us, we were just sat there for a good half an hour just having a good old laugh at each other, just going, eh, eh, eh. And so that little one that's sitting next to me, she had these bangles on, these amazing bangles, and they were only about that big, like tiny, tiny, tiny. The 3 of them decided to put one on me. So they're shoving this bangle onto my arm to try and get it. I'm like, no, it's not working. All the people have come out to find out what all the commotion was about. And so finally she put this bangle on. Because I wasn't wearing any jewellery, she decided that I had to have something. And so she put this bangle on my hand, hinged like buggery. Because she was tiny, she was so tiny. So that night it took me about half an hour to 3/4 an hour to try and get the thing off again. And then I replaced it with something that I could wear. So every time I looked at it, I was like, okay, this is amazing. So just anyway, don't talk great stories. That's nothing to do with my business presentation. But it makes me to the person I am. So this one up there, it was my birthday when I was at this camp. I got taken to the kids' house, and there was a big ceremony to give me a sugar because I sponsored one of their children. So to me, life's about adventures and see what happens. It's not just about the holiday or the journey. Laurentide, who are we? We're a group of 6 different people. Laurentide owns the credit license and there's small businesses underneath that umbrella. There's 6 directors. We've got 3 admin staff that run the whole show, that make everything happen behind the scenes. There's a Bathurst office as well. One of the directors has an office out of Bathurst with about 10 other people. And Laurentide owns the credit license. But, hold on, we did this. So, last year we financed $127 million as a group, only in 1,500 deals, an average of $77,000 per deal. Now that's an average, because quite frankly, a couple of deals I've been working on at the moment are $200,000 to $300,000. So the average is sort of high. We run a lot, we talk fast, and we get shit done. So why do I then go and confuse you all and use Auscorp Finance as my branding? See, used. Because Laurentide is a group of 6 people, and everyone has their own set of ideas. The thing with that is I have to get permission to do any marketing or branding or do anything. So I've gone to Auscorp. 2 years ago, the guy that I was working with decided, is this working? Decided to retire. So basically I ended up buying his book, or I'd been working for him a while, we didn't tell the clients, I took over the book. The name was Auscorp Finance. It's such a good name to be kept in the closet. So for the last couple of years, I have been rebranding over to Auscorp Finance. Auscorp or Laurentide, all those roads lead to me. It's the same phone number, 2 different emails, which is interesting, but it all just comes through to me. So you still get the same service, doesn't matter if it's Laurentide or Auscorp, you still get me. and then I can use the car as well to write off as well. There's always a way around everything. Okay, so what I'm going to talk about, and this is a really quick sort of scenario. We've got two scenarios that comes. I've had this conversation many times this week as we're in end of month with car deals. You go off to the dealer, you buy a new car, he sits you down and he does the numbers for you. You charge, I couldn't get the PowerPoint to work how I wanted, so you just see the whole scenario here. You got the dealer quote at 5.99, this is your terms and your monthly payment. I've come along, we have to do the all-up rate, it's the effective rate. So I'm always quoting, my rate is 7.21, it's over 60 months in the payments. All right, show of hands, who would go with the dealer's quote on this scenario? Okay, roll. Even though my quote is rate-wise more expensive, the monthly payment is cheaper. So you're all up pricing. Total cost of the loan with the dealer is 68 grand, 8640. My quote is cheaper. So it's not about the rate all the time. So there's no point going and saying what your rate is. Don't give me any other information. I would tell you whatever rate you want to give. I know it's wrong, but the rate that they're quoting is the wholesale rate, and then there's fees on top of that. The rate that I have to quote is inclusive of fees. So it just depends what's in the bottom. So what you need to be able to do when you're comparing monthly payments and the term. The total up, there could be a residual on here somewhere, there could not be a residual on here. It just depends. So you've got to compare apples with apples. I've had this conversation many times in my history of being a finance broker. I'm getting quite sick of it, basically. So it is here. So this is basically what I sort of tell everyone. Please, when you're doing the quotes or when you're actually comparing people, just compare what the scenarios are. Don't give me half the story. There's a good chance it will come out of my mouth. I think you're wrong. You please go back and get your numbers again. Generally, half the time there's a residual missing off this. And if there's a big difference, like $100 or $200 a month, there's definitely something wrong with it. We're only really talking, not much anyway, as you can see, but there's a problem if it's a couple $100. So, that's it. Not only as a finance, we do overdrafts. We do lending for small businesses as well. So if you need an overdraft unsecured, up to $200,000 to $300,000, we can go to that for you. It's all bank statement lending. A lot of the finance companies at the moment have come up with bank statement lending because it shows you a proper picture of your business. So they'll show through your bank statements, much the same as consumer finance as well, but on a business side. So if you're taking out money for betting, go for the dog, pay for your husband, whatever, you will get stopped. You've also got to remember that a business and a personal entity are two completely separate things. So please keep it separate. Trying to get an overdraft for a client who uses his business account for whatever he feels like. Well, one is actually at the moment is idiot. I've had this conversation with him many times. He wants a business loan, but every time he comes, he shows me his bank statement, but there's nothing left in there. So I can't, and I keep saying I cannot get you a loan if you're taking out your money. And he goes, I'm parking it in my personal account. I said, well, show me. But he can't produce those accounts. So basically what we're seeing is that he's living off everything he makes and taking it out. And he can't show me where the paper trail is. I can't get any money. He's screwed. And he can't get it in his hand. But he thinks he's doing the right thing, so we have to smile and be happy with that. But I said, I can't, I'm stuck until you do this. So we want to plan for the next 6 months to try and keep the money in the business, at least keep a revolving facility of at least I did the numbers, we're going to need about $5,000 a month just to keep in the account, to show this. It's all down to serviceability, because in Australia, you cannot borrow money if you cannot afford it. It's quite a strange little thing. Anyway, inventory finance, debt finance, your trade finance. I can do those, don't like them, but I'll do them. But that's me. It's not a great deal, there's the usual disclaimer. But I finance things, only plant equipment, I will not touch a mortgage. And that's what I do. Come and talk to me.
We have time for a couple of questions. Does anyone have any questions?
Have you worked out yet how to finance a luxury handbag serial number?
Yeah, no, we can't do those. I can't do it because basically they're hard to find. So if you disappear with your handbag, I can't find you. Unless it's a tracking device in it, maybe we can do it. Yeah. Lyndall and I are very keen to see this.
Yes, another question.
what's the policy in Australia for foreign investors who want to start business or buy out a business? Can they get financing or?
It's quite difficult still to get financing, but it depends on what the sort of business plan and where you are. The biggest thing we've got is the compliance to try and get you identified so that we can actually sort of finance you. Because compliance is a big thing in Australia with the anti-money laundering laws. So it is still quite difficult, but if you come with the right proposal, we can probably get you something as well. And the other thing is I deal with 40 to 50 different lenders. I know 5 of those really, really well. The rest of it depends on where you fit with your financing, what you want to buy, what we're going to do. Then I'll have to do the trolling through, but there's usually something for everybody, so we can find it.
Thank you.
Yes, another question.
Whilst difficult overseas, is it your services available for any asset you want to buy across
Australia.
Commonwealth of Australia?
Yep, anything in Australia, anything
Including Tasmania even.
Yeah, it is part of Australia. Yeah. Can't go to New.
She has also financed equipment coming from overseas, and that's
Oh, yes.
got its intricacies as well.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So if you're bringing in Australia, once upon a through the what did we just did? COVID. You couldn't get anything. Maybe GFC. So which one are we talking about? I can finance things coming in from overseas. So there's different ways to do it depending on how much it is. It all comes down to how much you want to do and what the costs are. So if they're a couple of million or sort of over, then we can look at doing an LC, line of credit. No, it's not, something else, but anyway. We can look at doing that. But what I've done is do a business loan so the client has it here, so they pay for it when it's overseas, they take the risk and everything, and then it gets shipped here. We change it over to a chattel mortgage, pay out the business loan, which is no penalties or anything, and then do it over a 5-year term. So there's just different ways to do it. I've got a car stacker that's going at the moment. They want progress payments under an asset finance contract. I cannot do progress payments. I need to do the whole bolus. So we're looking at a business loan, or they'll fund it for the first 30%. Thereafter, I'll pay for it. So there's just different conversations like that all the time. So I can do fit outs as well. The office can do the fit out as well. So yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not so much of a question, but also we were looking at branding. So, you know, you can finance things that are packaged specifically for customers as well.
Yeah.
So whether it's applications with Kieran or branding with myself, you can actually package something within your business, so we can add a QR code to invoices to allow people to actually get their vehicle wraps done and things like that. So
That's a sort of a business line. I remember having a discussion with Susan about it. I said, why don't you use business loans to send out quotes to your clients? And she thought the business loan was for her, and I went, no, the other way around. So if you've got a service that you're selling, or you know it's going to be a big project or something that's coming up, you can actually finance that. Put it on do a business loan. Put a quote out with your whatever you're quoting. Put a finance quote out and say these are the options for you. Then you sort of flick them over to me and I'll look after the client. You don't have to do anything with it. But a business loan can be used for anything to expand your business. Pay tax debt down. So you don't want to keep paying the tax office. The interest that you're paying to the tax office is not deductible at the moment. I'm not giving you tax advice, by the way. None of it's worth, it's not deductible. So you put on a business loan. If it works out better for you, put on a business loan, get your interest back, and do that sort of stuff as well. So there's just different ways that you can use the business loan to like do your full brand marketing, do a rebrand or something. Legal services, yes, we could do that if you've got it. I'm only B2B. I do not do B2C. I don't do
What's that mean?
Business to business.
consumers. I do not do
So
consumers.
we often have businesses who need to get staged services, but we end up having to work with them to fit it into their cash flow.
Yeah.
But they often, typically, and you would have the same problem, want it now, but then they're like, well, I don't really feel like paying you for a while.
Yeah, well that's it. So yeah.
Generally road.
Well then we can go with a proposal, you know, if they know what it's going to be, they, you know, guesstimate it to be what it is, and then, you know, just go
Well,
through
we're
it.
actually working with one of your clients at the moment,
Oh,
Rachel.
okay.
The
Yes.
cupcake.
Oh, she came through. I gave her money for referral. Woo. Sorry, this lady's been nice. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But anyway.
Thank you very much, Tina.